It usually starts with hype. A new crypto project pops up online. Everyone seems to be talking about it. There's a flashy website, a good-looking roadmap, and tons of promises about changing the future of finance. You scroll through Twitter or Reddit, and people are calling it the next big thing. Maybe you think, why not put in a little money before it takes off? But a few days or weeks later, the price crashes. The developers disappear. Social media accounts go silent. And just like that, your money's gone. That's a rug pull, and it's more common than you might think. In 2021 alone, rug pulls accounted for over $2.8 billion in crypto scam losses, according to a report by Chainalysis. In fact, rug pulls made up 37% of all crypto scam revenue that year. And while more people are getting smarter, these scams are also getting sneakier. That's why spotting the warning signs early is more important than ever. In this video, we'll count down 10 clear signals that a crypto project might be a rug pull waiting to happen. If you're new to crypto or just tired of being burned, this list might just save you a lot of trouble. Let's start from number 10. 10. The team is anonymous or unverifiable. If you don't know who's behind a project, ask yourself why. Founders might claim they want privacy, but legitimate businesses usually have leaders who are public and proud of their work. Take Ethereum, for example. Everyone knows Vitalik Buterin. Polygon, founded by Sandeep Nailwal, and others who are easily searchable. On the other hand, many rug pulls happen in projects where the team uses cartoon avatars or just fake names. If you search and can't find any LinkedIn profiles, interviews, past experience, or even a real face, that's a bad sign. Scammers love hiding in the shadows. 9. The code isn't open source or audited. Legit crypto projects often publish their smart contract code and get it audited by independent firms like CertiK, Trail of Bits, or SlowMist. If a project's code is closed source or hasn't been audited, you have no way of knowing what's inside. It could include backdoors that let the developers drain all the funds. One infamous example is the Squid Game token in 2021. It looked fun and was inspired by the hit Netflix series, but the code had anti-sell functions. Users could buy the token, but they couldn't sell it. That's not a bug, it's built into the contract. 8. The token has very few holders. Before investing in any token, check how many wallets actually hold it. This information is public on platforms like Etherscan or BSCScan. If you see that only a handful of wallets hold most of the supply, that's a red flag. In many rug pulls, the developers or insiders own the majority of the tokens. This gives them total control over the price. They can pump it by creating hype and then dump everything once people start buying in. A healthy project should have a wide distribution of tokens among thousands of holders, not just 5 or 6 addresses. 7. There's no lock on liquidity. Liquidity is what allows you to buy and sell tokens on decentralized exchanges like Uniswap or PancakeSwap. In a rug pull, developers often remove all the liquidity from the pool, making the token worthless overnight. To prevent that, legit projects lock their liquidity for a certain period, 6 months, 1 year, or more. You can check if liquidity is locked using tools like Team Finance or Unicrypt. If there's no lock, or the lock is set to expire in just a few days, that's a strong sign something shady might be coming. 6. The project was launched very recently and is moving too fast. Good projects take time to build. If you come across a project that was launched only days or weeks ago and it's already promising partnerships, new exchanges, and huge returns, be careful. Scammers love urgency. They'll say things like, "Buy now before the next pump," or "We're going to the moon next week." But real progress takes months. Teams need time to build tech, develop communities, and prove their roadmap. A too fast launch with unrealistic speed usually means they're trying to cash out quickly before questions get asked. 5. Unrealistic promises and guaranteed returns. No one in crypto or any investment can guarantee returns. If a project is promising 100x gains, 50% APY daily, or risk-free profits, it's lying. Scams often use flashy numbers to lure in investors. One example was the DeFi 100 project, which promised high yields and farming rewards, only to vanish with user funds. Even legitimate-sounding words like staking, yield farming, or passive income can be abused by scammers. Always ask yourself, where is this money coming from? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. 4. Suspicious marketing and influencer hype. Be cautious if the only promotion you see is from influencers or random Twitter accounts. Some scams pay influencers to pump the token before vanishing. Others create fake social proof by buying followers, using bots in Telegram or Discord, and flooding social media with spam. One major red flag is if influencers don't mention any risks and just say things like, "Don't miss out," or "I'm all in." In 2021, several influencers promoted SafeMoon, which had questionable tokenomics and was accused of being a pump and dump. Hype isn't proof. Always look for substance. 3. Poor or copy-pasted website and white paper. If the website looks rushed, uses stock images, or has lots of spelling errors, that's usually a bad sign. Same goes for white papers that are vague or full of buzzwords. A legit project should clearly explain what problem it solves, how it works, and what the token is used for. It should also be original. Many scams just copy and paste content from other sites. You can use tools like Copyscape to check for plagiarism. If they can't even make an original pitch, why trust them with your money? Second, developer wallet has too much control. One of the most overlooked signs of a rug pull is how much power the developers have. If their wallet can mint unlimited tokens, change fees, or disable transfers, you're basically trusting them not to abuse it. But in many rug pulls, they do. A famous example is tokenomics, a Turkish exchange whose CEO ran off with $2 billion in user funds. While that wasn't a token scam, it shows what happens when too much control is centralized. Always check contract permissions. Use tools like Token Sniffer to see if the smart contract has suspicious powers. 1. There's no real use case. This is probably the biggest red flag of all. If a token doesn't do anything except exist, it's likely just a speculative tool for pumping and dumping. Legitimate tokens have a reason to exist: governance in a DAO, paying gas fees in a network, or powering a decentralized app. But if the token has no clear purpose, no actual demand, and no working product behind it, what are you really buying? Just hope. And hope doesn't last long when money's involved. One example of a fake use case was the Meerkat Finance rug pull in 2021. It pretended to be a DeFi app on Binance Smart Chain, but disappeared with $31 million after launch. No real use, no real value. Just a quick con dressed up like innovation. So let's do a quick recap. If the team is hiding, the code is a mystery, the wallets are concentrated, and the project is moving too fast with huge promises, there's a good chance it's not as legit as it seems. If marketing is heavy, but the tech is missing, if the website looks lazy, and if the token has no real use, those are all big warning signs. And most importantly, if the developers hold all the control, they can do whatever they want, including vanish with your funds. Crypto is still a powerful space full of potential, but it's also a minefield of scams. That's why doing your own research is more than just a catchphrase, it's protection. If this video helped you understand rug pulls better, take a second to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more content that keeps your money safe and your decisions smart. Stay alert, invest wisely, and we'll see you in the next one.